HAARP facilities. So here, from the mouth of Bob McCoy, the director of Geophysical Institute, admits openly is the purpose of these facilities.
This facility was built by the Air Force about 20 years ago to study the ionosphere, to do active experiments in the ionosphere.
Of the HAARP facilities. So here, from the mouth of Bob McCoy, the director of Geophysical Institute, admits openly is the purpose of these facilities.
This facility was built by the Air Force about 20 years ago to study the ionosphere, to do active experiments in the ionosphere. The ionosphere is a layer that surrounds the Earth. It's important for a lot of things like satellite communication. Any kind of radio signals that pass through the ionosphere are affected by the ionosphere. Each of these trailers you see around me have transmitters in them. The transmitters feed power from the main building over there up into these dipole antennas. Fundamentally, what this is about is taking the ionosphere, turning it into a laboratory. We can do experiments. We can create bubbles. We can heat small sections. We can create waves. We can excite plasma resonances and do a lot of experiments. We can transmit signals all around the world, and we can do experiments that no one else can do. It's a laboratory without walls.
In 1993, I believe it was, I wrote a book by Dr. Nick Begich called Angels Don't Play This Harp. And Dr. Nick Begich is an expert on the HAARP project in Alaska, the High Active Auroral Research Project, which is a U.S. Installation, and it is to modify weather, among other things. People in general are maybe coming around, but for the longest time, no one believed that such a thing as weather warfare was real. Well, we've been attacked with weather warfare, and this is Hurricane Katrina. There's indicators that we were actually attacked by China, and that's what Hurricane Katrina was, and that we retaliated, and this is the tsunami that we had. I guess, I'm not sure how many years ago the tsunami was, the world famous tsunami. Weather warfare is real, frighteningly so. I just wanted to show this clip to show you, our viewers, in case you haven't heard or in case you don't believe or you think that this is something that is a fantasy. Look at what the man's saying right there, and it's showing footage of the HAARP project in Alaska. And, I mean, have you ever seen anything like this? All these dipole antennas all over the place? Folks, it's real. All right. Weather warfare is real, and that's already been revealed and declassified. But what about other more arcane elements to it? For instance, mind control. Could it be? Absolutely. Absolutely. You know, this reality, is it a particle nature or a wave nature? You know, or both, right? And so by sending these huge waves up into the ionosphere and bouncing them, using the ionosphere to direct them back down to Earth, there's no telling what they can do. But the idea that they could at least influence people's thoughts or people's moods and emotions, yeah, I believe that. Remember the LA riots? I mean, I doubt that was HAARP based. It was probably ground based, but we have reason to believe that the Lily wave was used in that event to make people go crazy. So yeah, we try to take a cold, objective look at all of these things, and not sure where I stand on some issues, just like UFOs. You know, if you would have asked me 10 years ago, I would have said, yes, UFOs are absolutely real. And I do believe that UFOs are real. But are they necessarily nuts and bolts? I don't know. I'm less sure of that than ever. But is weather warfare real? Is the HARP project real? The High Active Auroral Research Project in Alaska? Yes, that's real. You just looked at the clip, that's real. You just heard the scientists talking. It's not made up. This shit is real. It's something to think about, alright? So, quit thinking that, if you were thinking that, then quit thinking that that's not real, because that's real. Alright? Thank you. Stay tuned.